We're talking to Laurie Watson. She's a licensed marriage and family counselor and also a certified sex therapist. And we've had links on our website, bobandtheshowgram.com, where you can get in touch with her and set up your own appointments. She blogs all the time on Psychology Today, and we've got a lot of links of that sort of stuff on our website. One of the things that you touch on in one of your blogs is the difference between men and women when it comes to sex at the other in-law's house.
Oh, yeah, like the holidays, and you're going to your mother-in-law's, and you and your father-in-law snoring, and your husband wants to have sex. And I think that all of us in front of our parents, it's very hard to stay sexual. I think particularly, ironically, in front of our mothers.
Here's the thing. When Lou and I, don't tell her I said this.
Okay.
But if we went to my house, she gets crazy horny. But we go to her. The garden is closed, if you know what I'm saying.
Right, we're shut down. I think in some ways we become a child again.
Yeah.
And we're in our home, we're with all that paraphernalia that was our childhood paraphernalia, and it's like, that's not so sexy.
Yeah.
And we remember all the admonitions from our parents of don't be sexual. Right. And we don't want them to know we are.
I want you to answer this question, and then I have some questions that I think every guy wants to know.
Okay.
And probably would fall in the category of things women want to know, too. Erica, hi.
Hi.
All right, question for Laurie.
I have a question about the birth control. For some reason, I was on a great birth control, and it started really messing with, it was that Yaz.
Yes.
And it had a problem with my muscles and my legs. I would get really bad, like, leg cramps.
Right.
Well, I switched several times, and now my pudding drive is just plummeted. I have no desire whatsoever.
Right. Your pudding drive is in the bottom. And no kidding. You know what? Birth control pills, everybody listen up to this. Birth control pills tank libido because they have estrogen, and estrogen binds with testosterone, and testosterone is the hormone in both our bodies, men and women, that governs desire. And when you're taking estrogen, it's binding with testosterone. And I don't care what the drug companies say, that's the truth. If you're on birth control pills, and a lot of people, they get married and they want the Cadillac way of, managing birth control, so they get on the pill.
Cadillac way?
They get on the pill.
What the hell is Cadillac when you first get married? That's funny. All right, well, listen, at least you now know, Erica, you know that there is an issue. It's not just you, it's that medicine.
Talk to your guy.
Really? Does that, because I've heard that can be very painful to get in.
It's minimal.
It's whatever you got to weigh what's worse, having no sex drive or enduring some pain to put the IUD in.
And they can put you under all the way if you're really anxious about it. Talk to your gynecologist. They're great. They'll help you.
Okay.
And you don't need to have already had a baby in order to have one now. They have a new one that's small.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Okay. All right, so I got to tell you, Karen has a really good question. When we get back, a question every woman wants an answer to.
I think every man wants an answer to.
Every guy wants an well, not so much.
I think you're scared of what the answer might be.
Yes, we are. But I have a question that I think every guy wants to know. So we're going to attack both of these. Lesbians, I'm sorry, we got nothing for you here. No, but we'll do that too. In a minute, it's the showgram. Hang on, don't go away. Bob of the Showgram and our sex therapist, Laurie Watson, is with us. Awakenings S, or like Awakenings with an S, CTR Center, CTR. Awakenings, CTR.com.
.net.
Is it? It says .com. Is it net? Is it net or
.com? That one, Awakening.
Oh, you can go to our website, bobandtheshowgram.com, find that as well. So here are some questions. I got a couple as it pertains to guys. I'll narrow it down to one. And Karen has got a great one that I know a lot of guys would probably be a little nervous, and all women want to know the actual truth. Karen, hi.
Good morning.
Hi, what's your question for Laurie?
My question is, how long should a session last? And that does not include the foreplay, but the actual deed. Asking because mine 10 minutes on a good day, and just needed to know, should I keep my guy a little longer during the session, or what do I do? Not that I'm unhappy about it, because I do have 3 kids, and the faster it's over and done with, the better for me. But
Wow, that hurt. Ow, that hurt.
I know time is of the essence, and it's yeah.
What's the normal time from beginning to end?
Yeah, normal time is actually 7 minutes.
Thank you, Jesus. That is, all guys are going, whoo, I'm a tiger.
I mean, for some women it doesn't work, but again, if they have more, it wears a woman out.
Yeah.
You know, I have some guys who say, well, I want to go 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, your poor wife is just going to be, she's going to be
miserable.
Worn out.
Yeah.
It's too long.
Or they'll say, and look up and go, she'll say, beige.
Right. She's done.
We had a lady named
7 minutes. Love that.
We had a lady named Sharon on the phone. By the way, this is our Showgram sexual therapist. Give us a call, 855-SHOWGRAM. And she couldn't hold on, but her question was mainly, she's 23 years old. She's engaged, but he does not. Mm-hmm. I know most of the time when we hear that, we all assume, oh, he's cheating on you or he's getting it somewhere else. Mm-hmm. But what are other likely scenarios that if two 23-year-olds who are engaged, who are in love, what's a likely scenario why he would not want it as much?
Right. I work with this all the time. I don't even let them come in until I send him to a physician and get a testosterone check. Mm-hmm. He's got to bring in paperwork that shows me his adequate testosterone is not going to have desire. And that is probably 80% of the cause.
All right, let's go to this.
So it's wrong for a woman to assume he's cheating.
It's also wrong to assume that she's unattractive, and that's what women assume, and that's what hurts their feelings. It's like, why doesn't he like me?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
All right, so he shows up and he has low testosterone. Can they give him a shot?
Usually it's a gel. Ugh. And it's through the skin.
I'm gelling.
You put it on your arm.
It's like
you put it underneath your,
put the lotion on it.
On the underside of your arm.
Okay.
And you can rub it in as fast as you want to.
and it needs a check and a prostate exam.
Okay.
Before you do that.
Can't you do that at the house? Okay. So
he's not into that.
So the second. Let's say his testosterone is doing well,
right?
And it comes to you. Mm-hmm. Then what?
Then it's a big psychological problem usually.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, it's more difficult to treat.
Like self-esteem plays a huge issue sometimes, depending on what's going on.
Not for this.
Not for this.
Really? No, this isn't. No, this is usually more childhood issues and deeper-seated problems. If a man is overriding his biological drive, doesn't want to have sex, but he's got plenty of testosterone.
Women, don't break this out tonight at the dinner table that you have issues. You need to go to the doctor and get checked. I think the same way as we talked to the guy earlier, maybe you bring it up and say, as a woman, I'm attracted to you. Every day I really want to have it with you. But will you do something for me? Can we go together and check this and make sure that everything's right? Because I am crazy in love with you and want to do it all the time. That's the best way. Right. Don't start out by saying, I heard on Bob in the Showgram this morning that you got a daddy issue and that's why you're not horny. Don't say that. All right, here's my big question too. I have two things. The first one is this. We've had so many people come in here and talk about having three-ways. So let's say there's 10 people that have come in here. There's been more.
Sure.
But 10 people, they had a threesome. 10 out of those people, 10 out of 10 say it wasn't a...
Right. I think it's particularly for men, it's a number one fantasy. Because mostly they're thinking about two women being so excited about them.
Or like he's so great that he can have
he's so great. Right. And it's just that idea is so great. But I really think it's a better fantasy often than it is reality because people cannot account for the jealousy that they feel, the crossing of what they already believe are their marital boundaries. I think that's included if you're both in the same room, but most of the people don't. And then they feel kind of this moral guilt afterwards, and it wrecks it for them.
Yeah.
And it's often not as good. There's anxiety when, maybe it's two men and a woman and she gets more excited by the other guy. There's no accounting for how you're going to feel until you experience that. So
unless it's a midget or something.
It's a great fantasy, and it's something that you can talk about together and think about together, but not so great of an action.
Maybe just watch movies about it.
Or watch movies about it. There you go.
Yeah, because they get paid to do it.
Yes.
The other thing is this. We were just talking earlier today that more little girls are becoming active and having their little, visitor more often now. And you were saying that telling us all the things that are really bad when that changes that. Number one, how can we as parents, make sure that we extend that period as long as possible? And why is that important to extend that?
Right. Those are good questions. It's called menarche, which is when a woman begins her cycle. And we are seeing, unfortunately, a trend of younger girls beginning their cycle earlier. And the problem with it is that they have more exposure to estrogen for a longer period of their life. And estrogen, as we know, potentially exposes them. And so we want them to start later. And I think one idea that is their period longer because they're heavier, because they're overweight. So we want to keep them exercising. We want to keep them slim. They say that when a girl reaches 100 pounds, that's when she starts her period. So we want to delay that. Not over healthy fruits and vegetables and things like that really help. And get rid of the junk food in the house.
Yeah.
You said it's called menarche?
Menarche.
Is that short for menarche?
That's when you first realize it.
All right, so tell everybody your website one more time so people can get in touch with you, because I really think of all the people that we've had on the show to talk about sex and stuff like that, I'm more comfortable with you because you really kind of make it easy to talk to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you two. Awakeningscenter.net.
Okay.
Awakenings with an S, center spelled out, .net. Or, like you've already said, awakeningsctr.com.
Okay. Awesome.
We'll put the links up on bobandtheshowgram.com. And also, don't forget Laurie Watson. Her appearance here is for entertainment purposes only, not intended as a substitute for treatment. All comments made by her while being on the show is for your listening pleasure. If you believe that you are in need of general mental health care, please consult a licensed local therapist. If you need an emergency mental health care, please call 911. Does that cover everything?
I think that covers it.
And then some?
That's
and for all you guys who are just crazy horny, deal with it. Pretty much. Deal with it. Good job. She'll be back in a week or so, and we'll have her back up in here pretty quick. A lot of good questions still on the line here.